Alright, so we got a little animation here. Declassified CIA documents reveal the US government's secret search for Noah's Ark. 3 days ago updated. Alright, let's go. For centuries, historians, archaeologists, and religious scholars have been fascinated by the story of Noah's Ark. According to the Bible, Noah built a massive ship under God's command to save his family and a pair of each animal species from a catastrophic flood. Not a pair of each species, anyways, but yeah. However, no physical evidence of the Ark has ever been found until now, perhaps. Recent scientific discoveries and newly unearthed CIA documents suggest that the US government has been secretly searching for the Ark for over 50 years. Scientists have recently declared, please tell me who? Can you give us names, please, for once in these articles? The Armenian report, scientists. Who? Names and surnames, please, have recently declared that a boat-shaped mound located 18 miles south of Mount Ararat in modern-day Turkey, formerly Western Armenia, may be the fossilized remains of a massive vessel. That would be very interesting. Their research based on soil analysis revealed traces of clay-like materials, marine deposits, and remnants of ancient marine life. These findings indicate that this region was once covered by water, which supports the possibility of a historical flood event. Now, whether or not there was some sort of historical flood event is something that we can discuss absolutely, since it is present in so many mythologies, religions, cultures, so that's something that I could be more inclined to believe. With that being said, isn't it easy to see if it's a mountain or if it's a former enormous wooden ship? Shouldn't that be simple? Let's see. The research was conducted by a team of experts from Istanbul Technical University, Agril Ibrahim Chechen University, and Andrew University in the United States. According to their statements, open quotes, our studies show that this region harbored life in that period and that, at some point, it was covered in water. That's interesting. Which reinforces the possibility that a catastrophic event of great magnitude occurred. Close quotes. I added this was interesting. I shouldn't speak up until I say close quotes. I'll get it right one day. While the scientific discovery is groundbreaking, well, that's still to be said. We need to see if it is groundbreaking. A recently uncovered CIA document suggests that the US intelligence agencies have known about this site for decades. A 4-page report titled, open quotes, Report Re Noah's Ark, details how the CIA secretly searched for the Ark's location for nearly 10 years, beginning in the 1950s. The agency used satellite imagery and spy planes to scan Mount Ararat and surrounding areas for signs of the legendary ship. So my question is, if the US knew that there was something of interest in this mound, why didn't they send anyone? Why wasn't there any excavation up to this point? So that would be my first question. The second question that I have is, how are you connecting it to Noah's Ark? Because just because you find a big vessel, it doesn't mean that automatically it's Noah's Ark. We need a little more than it's big and this area may have been underwater to make such a connection, which of course would be a connection I would love to see. But we have to be realistic and methodical when it comes to how we make certain statements. Was there something written in ancient Hebrew? Is the wood used the same that comes from the Sinai region? Like that, you need a little more than, oh, it's big and maybe it's a ship, so we found Noah's Ark. Declassified CIA files reveals that the US government has been interested in exact location since at least 1957. Between 1974 and 1982, the CIA ramped up its efforts using high-resolution images from surveillance aircraft and satellites. The director of Central Intelligence personally requested that the agency investigate any potential evidence of Noah's Ark. We'll look for the actual document to see if the document even exists first and then what it says. One notable figure involved in this effort was Lieutenant Colonel Walter Brown, a high-ranking U.S. Air Force official. According to reports, Brown urged the CIA to develop advanced technology specifically designed to analyze satellite images of Mount Ararat in search of the Ark's remain. Despite decades of investigation, the US government has continuously denied that it possesses any evidence proving the Ark's existence. Well, that would be quite silly then to release or to open the documents to the public if they state the opposite. Multiple Freedom of Information Act requests for the release of satellite photos taken during the CIA search have been rejected. Officials have cited national security concerns as the reason for keeping these images classified. The refusal to release these documents has fueled speculation that the government may know more than it is willing to admit. Well, that's it's always the case anyways. I mean, it's just how governments work. Unfortunately, there is some information that cannot be shared with the public because it could jeopardize certain operations, or it could give intel to foreign powers that then could become enemies. So yeah, obviously that's going to be the case. This is not a revelatory statement, is all I'm saying. Some researchers believed